Welcome everyone to this new video, and today I already made some drawings. As you can see, I wanted to unbox these new markers that I received from my mom as a gift. They're like one of those cheaper ones that I would really wanted to try out and compare to the copy markers that I usually use. Because I'm very fond of copy markers, and I am very curious about these less expensive alcohol markers, and I actually wanted to show them or try them out on a new drawing I was planning to make. So this is the front of the box. I don't know if you can see it properly. Let me change the lighting a little bit. So basically it's these alcohol blend ink 2 tips. This is what they look like. A friend of mine also has them, and she can draw really well with these. But with my copy markers, I really like how they blend. So I'm just really curious about these two. So I've made this with my copy markers. And I wanted to show you the sketch that I was planning on making with these new markers or trying out, because I really like and enjoy Barbie movies, and sometimes I like to watch them when I'm drawing just to unwind and get comfortable. And I was really feeling the vibe of Barbie Fairytopia, and I really wanted to make a drawing based on that. So this was my sketch that I wanted to make, but sadly we need to wait a little bit because I don't have time for that. I had a very long day at work, so I only will be testing out the markers on a piece of paper. I'm using bamboo paper. It's quite thick, so it doesn't really press through on the other pages. I do have special Copic marker paper as well, that is not so damaging to the tips, because they can be damaged by the rough texture of the paper. But I prefer to work on thicker paper, especially if I'm making art, to preserve it or make it into a little card, a gift card. And I wanted to show you, these are the type of drawings coloring pages that I did with the Copic markers, some white markers. Yeah. So I'm very curious if the cheaper version is also capable of doing that. So let's unbox it. Okay. Don't mind the mess on my desk. Didn't have any time for that. I'll be using a sharp tool. Oh, I like the colors. This is so satisfying. It smells like alcohol and paper. I think it smells like as if you would have tequila or vodka, and you would put cardboard in that. I think it would smell similar. The texture of the pen feels very different, but of course it's not about that. But I tried to make this a little bit more satisfying to listen to. Yeah, so let's test it out. I'm going to use this one first. I really like this color. It's pretty. Okay. Let's see. So this purple with this lighter shade in combination with coral. Should I do a coral or should I do something a bit more vibrant? This one maybe. Let's try it out. I will start with the lightest color, and I really want to try the brush sides. So these are Copic markers, and this is... Oh, okay, this is quite similar to how the Copic markers responded to the paper as well. I think it's similar to this Copic marker. It's this number. Well, it's not the same color, but we can do a comparison. Okay. I'm going in with the pink brush side. Ooh, that's very intense pink. I don't like how it kind of brushes out on the paper, how it's like starting to have its own life. If you get my meaning, it's not really going in very deeply. Imagine if I do it with this one. You see, this one is not really fanning out that much. It's kind of like staying within the lines. And I feel like it's blending better. But just curious what happens if I go over it with this color. Will it blend is the biggest question. They feel very different from each other, especially the brushes, because this one is way more bendable and flexible. This one feels less flexible. This one feels more like a brush than this one does. This is a little bit more firm. But it also feels like this one is better for this paper. Like this paper isn't damaging this pen, this pencil brush that much. Okay, it is blending, but I'm not really sure how much I like that. Let's see what happens with this one. I'm not really trying to make this pretty at all, so don't mind if that's not really happening. Let's test this one out. Oh, this color is completely not similar. We'll be doing this one. I like how the Copic markers sink in. Of course, like this brand is so different from the cheaper one. But I will check out if the brush, if this also like blends in better. Just like, yeah, it will blend in better, but The Copic markers just make it look more flawless. Maybe that's the right term. Oh, that's the wrong side. Let's see. Yeah. So after a bit of time, I noticed that they look completely different. You can see that the ink has been kind of like, I don't know, just doesn't really sit nicely on the paper like it does with this one. And it also pushes a lot more through. I'm not really sure if that's just because I went over it more times, but I just don't know. I don't like how it's like not completely like blend out like this one. This just looks more smooth, and this looks like it has a certain texture. I think this looks like fungus. Yeah, I think I will give them a 6.5 out of 10. I don't think they're disastrous, but they're pretty good. I like them. So let me know what you think and if you would buy them. I can't tell you the price because I received them from my mom, but I know them. I know that they are from a cheaper store. And honestly, I prefer to work with alcohol markers over like water markers or any other type of markers. I also have these ones. These are even like, these are permanent markers. These are even cheaper. That's like, this is something that I made with those. These blend a little, but that's also because there's alcohol in them. I just really like how it kind of looks like a water, like watercolors. That's what it looks like to me. Can't really see the perfect color that it is at the moment. I think that's because of the lighting, but it's kind of like it has its reds in there. Yeah, anyway, yeah, that was the test process. Let me know your thoughts and if you'd like these type of videos. Thank you for watching, and I hope that the next video will be the Barbie Mermaidia drawing process. And I can't wait to make this drawing happen and make it look beautiful and all dreamy, as if you could like step into it. I really want to make that happen. Perhaps I'm going to use alcohol markers or I'm going to use acrylic paint, but I'm not really sure, or both, depending on which paper I'm going to use. I was thinking of using this bamboo paper because of course I like the firmness. It's currently my favorite paper. or I will be using canvas. Anyway, thank you for watching, and thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.